Hey everybody, John the Other here. Obviously. And I am not cisgendered. Now, that statement by itself is going to confuse a lot of people, particularly those following my channel. I'll come back to that in just a second. There's a lot of discussion about gender, and it seems to be sort of two camps. One who says there's this arbitrarily large number of genders. I think the lowest in that camp is 6. There's an Ontario Catholic school who is now forced to teach their students by the Ontario government, forced to say that there are 6 genders. But if you go on Tumblr or you listen to an SJW, there's 12 genders or maybe 24 or 55, and you ask them to start listing, they're making up a bunch of really goofy sounding nonsense. But I mean, some of the more typical ones are transsexual and intersectional. I think that's a gender, and two-spirited, that's like a native version for transsexual, and obviously male and female, and the list goes on and on and on, and you get some daffy sounding stuff in there too, which I'm not even going to bother trying to recite. And of course, the other camp, the camp who are probably mostly watching my channel, are the people who say there are 2 genders, and I actually saw Lauren Southern announcing that there are 2 genders and then having urine thrown on her, which I thought was a little bit funny. I'm not laughing at you, Lauren, just at the absurdity of the situation. But for all the people watching and possibly shouting at their screens right now that there are 2 genders, I'm sorry to tell you that you're wrong. There are not 2 genders. And it's not a bigger number than that. It's a smaller one. There are no genders. The number is 0. The reason there are no genders is because gender is a made-up concept. Gender is just stuff that we're just dreaming up and making up as we go along. It's just an idea. It's just a concept. And you can conduct yourself or dress or speak or act in any way you choose. You can conform to what people expect of you based on what your physical sex is, or you can not conform, and I don't really give a damn which one you do. It's up to you. It's a matter of personal choice. I'm a libertarian. Well, I'm a little bit more than that, but let's not get into politics. But gender's make-believe is nonsense, and one of the very easy ways to tell that it's nonsense is when somebody shouts at you that you should sit down and shut up because you're a cisgendered blah 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 something, right? You're cisgendered, so shut your mouth. The problem is there's no such thing as cisgendered. I'm not cisgendered because I'm not any kind of gender. What I am is physically a man. I am physically male. And how I act is my choice, and how you act is your choice. All of you people crying and moaning that there's this many, there's 7 genders, there's 27 genders, there's 2 genders. No, there's none. Gender is not a thing. It doesn't exist. So thanks very much for watching, and have a lovely, lovely day. So there's one other thing that I want to say here. Like most of you, I have also seen the video of Milo Yiannopoulos and Steven Crowder and Christine Hoff Sommers giving a talk to an audience about half full of completely ridiculous social justice warriors, but in particular one who the camera focused a lot on because they were so outlandish. An enormously overweight, temper tantrum throwing social justice warrior who screamed various obscenities and insults in seemingly random moments and didn't appear able to actually follow what was being said, just the random outbursts. And that, I don't know what their name is, I don't care to find out what it was. That enormously fat social justice warrior was not the usual fake, fragile, bullying, take offense at everything, reasonably still able to think social justice warrior. That was a person with pronounced mental illness. Rather than getting the help that they needed, the social justice warriors, with that caricature of a human being, enabled and amplified and magnified the mental illness that that person suffers from. Increased it, reinforced their illness, rather than providing them some sort of an environment where they could get help. Well, to say it's beyond cruel, it's beyond sadistic. Language cannot really encompass the brutal, vicious, sadism that those SJWs have inflicted on one of their own. I have no forgiveness for them.